Namaskar. Today we are going to discuss about GFR 2017, rule number 33, report of losses, defalcation and losses. So loss can happen due to some disaster or due to human error. But defalcation is a deliberate thing. The people have to be separately disciplinary action, vigilance action, all those things will come. But how to report when it is noticed? What are the steps? It has to be reported immediately. That is the first stage. Then all the procedures have to be followed, and then subsequently we have to submit report. There are so many things that we will discuss now. Report of losses. Any loss or shortage of public monies. What is shortage of public money? You keep stock some money for permanent advance, or suddenly it is missing. Or department revenue, you find a shortage in the revenue or in the receipts for whatever reason. Stamps, wherever revenue stamps or other stamps are maintained, that is. And opium. Opium actually it is used for medical related things. So wherever it is stored, and that is reduced. And stores also. Stores everywhere, every department will have. And other property held by or on behalf of the government, irrespective of the cause of the loss, and manner of detection shall be immediately reported by the subordinate authority concerned to the next higher authority, as well as to the statutory audit officer and also to the concerned principal accounts officer, even when such loss has been made good by the party responsible for it. What does it mean? So now all these things we have listed out. What are the items? If it is noticed that there is a loss reported, immediately the controlling officer has to report the fact to the immediate higher authorities, first step, and then statutory audit. So the CAG audit, when they come, they will investigate in detail. They will see where the problem started, all those things. And also principal accounts officer, where that is actually ministry's accounts office. There also we have to inform. Even if the loss has been made good, somebody has taken it and written it, but it has to be reported because there is a problem happened. That is the idea. Okay. But there are certain exceptions, that is, cases involving losses of revenue due to mistakes in assessment. It is only in income tax, GST, all those assessments which are discovered too late to permit a supplementary claim being made. Nowadays, smaller amount, I think up to 50 lakhs, even income tax cannot be reopened after 4 years. With certain value, they make up to 10 years also. So like that, the assessment is found to be wrong, but it was found very late. You can't reopen the case. Okay, leave it. It is all, future you have to be careful. It need not be reported. You will keep a record in office, but it need not be reported to the higher authorities because it is already time barred and all those things. Next, another case. Under assessments, it is actually lower value. Assessment has been made. One is mistake in assessment, another is which are due to interpretation of law by the local authority being overruled by higher authority. See, under assessment has happened because the higher authority has overruled the perception or reading of the lower authority. Maybe higher authority has now become wrong. Later on it is found. So such case also, when the time limit of 4 years or 10 years, whatever is over, it cannot be reopened. So it need not be specially reported and all those things. Refunds allowed on the ground that claims were time barred. Okay, time bar, even if there is a time barred case, you allow the refund, need not be reported. These things will be audited separately, but it need not be reported to higher authorities as if there is a loss. There is no need. Petty losses of value not exceeding rupees 10,000. Earlier it was only 2,000, now they are revised to 10,000. So petty losses, but those things, files have to be kept in the file and audit can see it. But there is no need to report to higher authorities and do the next formalities and all for the small value loss. So up to 10,000 also government has now allowed it to be, okay, you handle it. It's not that you condone everything. There is no procedure for doing investigation, immediately reporting to higher authority, then going to the police and then starting investigation. All those things are not required in these cases, which includes loss up to 10,000 rupees also. Okay, that is revised now, but otherwise earlier it was only 2,000 rupees. Beyond that it has to be reported, all those things was there. Now, cases involving serious irregularities shall be brought to the notice of financial advisor or chief accounting authority of the ministry. Chief accounting authority is secretary of the ministry only. In fact, we have to inform both the financial advisor and secretary. It is not or. Both the people have to be reported. And the control center of accounts of the Ministry of Finance, where you find where very serious irregularities are noticed. So you have to inform all these higher officers immediately. And rule number 33, sub-rule 3. Report of loss contemplated in sub-rule 1 and 2. 1 is whatever we have told, opium shortage and all those things, where the value is more than 10,000 and all those things. And 2 is nothing but serious irregularities shall be made. The reports shall be in 2 stages. First stage is initial report. You, as soon as you find the issue or you suspect something has happened, you prepare a report on that, prima facie report, what is found, and submit to the higher authorities immediately. Then the final report will be with the procedure, all investigation. Investigation is through police and department, everything. The final report should be sent to authorities after investigation indicating nature and extent of loss or error or neglect of rules by which the loss has been caused and the prospect of recovery, whether it can be recovered or not. This has to be submitted to the secretary and financial advisor and also control center of accounts of Ministry of Finance, because it's serious fraud and other things. Rule number 33.4. The complete report shall reach through proper channels, in the sense you submit to the higher authorities, the higher authorities submit to head of department, head of department submit to the chief accounting officer, who is secretary of the department, and financial advisor, and also control center of accounts, Ministry of Finance. It has to be forwarded through proper channel. So the head of department and other this thing for final disposal under the powers delegated to them. What are those powers? The reports which the head of the department cannot finally dispose of under the delegated powers shall be submitted to the finance ministry. So for every ministry department there is a level of delegation. So if the value is more than that, it has to be submitted to the finance ministry. So anyway, loss etc., one has to be very careful. Such cases have to be handled in all seriousness, and entire file should be maintained till audit verifies and finally they close the audit angle and vigilance angle. Till such time file has to be maintained in the office. It will not come within the purview of maintenance, period of maintenance and all. It has to be maintained till the final disposal of the case itself. This is the, and it continues in the next video. Remaining things you will see. Namaskar.